So in this video, I'm just going to be quickly going over local SEO, what is SEO, and specifically SEO and local SEO for B2C businesses and local businesses. So my name is Steven. I am the founder of Redtail Media, the best B2C digital marketing agency in the world. So now the first question that you have, or at least the first one that I'm going to answer, is what is SEO, right? So SEO stands for search engine optimization. It's essentially just making sure that your business pops up above other businesses when keywords relating to your business are searched up in a search engine. Like, let's say you are a florist in Florida, right? Or more specific, let's say you are a florist in Tampa. If somebody looks up floral Tampa, flowers Tampa, florist near me, and they're in Tampa, if you have good SEO, you will pop up first instead of another business, which is obviously what we want. Now, how does the entire thing work? So when you use different techniques and methods that I'm going to go over later in this video to boost your SEO, you're going to develop things like backlinks, you're going to have keywords all over your site, just things of this nature that's going to help boost your credibility in the eyes of Google. So after somebody searches up a word that's relating to your business, right? Google's now going to search that keyword and then look up everything that it can on the internet, the entire internet. It's going to scrape everything and try to find the best possible results that relate to what the person looked up, right? So we're still sticking with that florist example from Tampa. If your SEO set up properly, when somebody looks up flowers in Tampa or florist near me in Tampa, your good SEO system is going to make sure that you rank highly, right? Google's going to see everything that you have set up for your business, for your website online, and it's going to make sure that you pop up first because it deems you as the most relevant, right? The most relevant resource. Now, why would you need SEO in the first place? So, this is a very common question that a lot of business owners have when they first hear about SEO, right? Why would they even need SEO in the first place? You know, they're getting a few clients every now and then. Why do they need SEO? Well, you need SEO for the very simple fact that you need people to know that you're a business, right? Too many times I've worked with businesses or I've worked with, small agencies where they have been in business for maybe 15, 20 plus years, right? But just because they don't have their SEO set up, somebody who's been in business for maybe 3, 4, 5 years is just completely mopping the floor with them simply because their SEO is higher. People can see that they're a business. And I'll just ask you, the last time you looked up services on Google, when's the last time you went to the 6th page, right, to find what you're looking for, or the 8th or the 10th? Chances are, if you even have to get down there, you probably aren't even finding what you're looking for anymore. Or you're probably thinking to yourself, how credible are these guys? If they're on the 10th page and these guys are on the first page, just how can I trust them? So one, you really need to make sure that SEO is implemented and optimized so that people know that you're a business. Right? If people know you're a business, more people will come to you. That's going to increase your revenue. Secondly, you really want to make sure that after everything's set up, it's going to help boost your credibility, right? It's going to help put you above competition that you have no place being behind, right? Like I said, too many times I'm dealing with people who have way too much experience to be exactly where they're at on a search engine. Now, there are a few common SEO mistakes that I see when I'm either auditing a business or I'm just taking over and I'm already seeing what they had set up, or I'm just giving advice, right? There are a few common mistakes that I see, and I'm just going to go over about 5 in this video. So the first one is ignoring mobile optimization, right? You have to understand when you are making your websites, right? When you're making blogs or you're making all of your content, not everybody's going to be looking at it on a desktop or a laptop. So you have to make sure that when you're creating something that looks good on a computer, it also looks good on a phone. Because if something doesn't load right on a phone, or if it's centered on a computer but it's to the left on a phone or a tablet or whatever handheld device possible, it's just going to make you look unprofessional, right? They're going to think to themselves, if they can't even get a website set up, like what makes them think that I'm going to trust them with fixing my roof or taking care of my legal services, or just doing something like setting up a birthday party, anything, right? No matter what business you have, if you look unprofessional, people are not going to want to work with you. Second is neglecting the on-page SEO elements on your website. Now, there's two different types of SEO. There's on-page SEO and there's off-page SEO. Specifically for this mistake is on-page SEO, which is SEO optimized content that's on your website, right? So basically what this does is it puts you in a situation where you might have a lot of words on your site, right? You might have blogs, you might have articles, you might have image text properly configured, but the issue is they're not keywords, right? They're not words that your specific target audience is looking up when they go on Google, when they go on Bing, or whatever search engine they use, right? Typically, it's going to be Google. So we want to make sure that we are putting keywords inside of our website that other people look up when they're trying to find businesses like ourselves or yourself. Now, this kind of goes in perfectly with number three, which is keyword stuffing. Now, I just went over how important it is to make sure that you keep a good amount of keywords all over your website. But sometimes businesses will do this thing where they put too many keywords, right? Or at least what they think are keywords. And it goes with this saying that too much of anything is a bad thing, right? Or too much of a good thing is a bad thing. So while keywords are necessary, while keywords will help you look better, while keywords will help you rank, too much of them will kind of just overload the website. And one of the things that I included in one of the earlier slides, if you go back to the beginning of the video, when I was explaining how SEO works, is user they have to be able to use your website, right? Somebody has to go on your website and not get bored or not get too much friction to the point where they go off or they just get questions that can get answered easily. So when you put too many keywords, when you just try to put as many words as possible, what happens is people can't read it, right? Everyone's gone through a point where either in high school or college when they were writing an essay and they got it back, right? A rough draft or something like that. The teacher sometimes or usually all the time would always take away portions of sentences because it's simply too long. It's the same concept with your website. If you put stuff that's too long and unnecessary, it's just going to be too much for people to handle and they're just going to go somewhere else. So instead, like I wrote here, you want to focus on using keywords naturally and in moderation. You don't want to force it. So ignoring image load speed is another big thing that I see businesses make when they're either beginning SEO or even just they've been doing SEO for years, right? They don't understand that. And I said image in the beginning, but really this is just load speed in general. People don't get that when you put big pictures or videos that are, large, like physically just large on your website, or they're just large in size, right, in storage. This will affect how fast your page loads. This will affect how fast the body of text you put loads. This will affect how the pictures you put, how many pictures, how much of the picture, how much of the video. You don't want to be in a situation where it takes you 8 seconds for one video to load because, again, this is just something that's going to make you seem unprofessional. And I said it was related to number two because it deals with on-page SEO, but really, if you think about it, it goes back to number one. Because if your website isn't optimized, again, they're just going to think to themselves, if they can't get this website done, how are they going to get my services done? And then number five is more so for local businesses. So mom and pop shops, people who don't ship, right? You just deal locally with people who are in your city, people who come to your city. They come in, you take care of them, or you go to them, you take care of them. And you have to remember that you're kind of playing a different game because for the simple fact that you don't offer services to somebody who's a state away or on the opposite side of the country, you need to optimize for your local SEO. SEO in the on a macro level is going to help you rank, but if you're a florist in Tampa, you want to rank for florists in Tampa, not just florists in Florida, right? Because you might be number one for florists in Florida, but if somebody looks up Tampa, you might be on the third page. And is that going to help you out? No, because somebody who's in Jacksonville isn't going to go all the way down to Tampa to get flowers done, or get their roof service. You're not going to go all the way to Jacksonville if you're in Tampa. And this just goes for any location. So you have to make sure that people can find you within your own location. If this doesn't happen, it's useless, and all the efforts that you made for the macro level of your SEO is just going to be futile. So now I just went over 5 ways on how you could be messing up your SEO right now, or you could have potentially messed it up in the future. So to kind of just do a kind of 180, I'm going to give you a few tips on how you can either improve your SEO or make sure that you're getting it, started off on the right foot. So the first thing we want to do is conduct keyword research. I've been saying keyword throughout this entire video because this is part of the thing that makes or breaks your SEO. If you don't have good keywords, nobody's going to find you. Your SEO will suck. You will make no money. But I'm going to give you a tip, or at least some methods that I use when I'm conducting keyword research. So first, you can use Google Keyword Planner. You can just find your terms on there, do your research that way. But the thing that I like to do is I like to use Google Search Console and ChatGPT to research keywords. So I ask ChatGPT for the keywords, look them up on Google Search Console, look them up on any website that offers any type of keyword research for Google, and then I'll just type in there and then see what it gives me. If it's good, I'll keep it and then I'll use it to either make an article, a blog, I'll change one of my image titles, I'll change one of my meta titles, I'll put it into the SEO meta description. There's so many different things you can do once you get these keywords. So ChatGPT, Google Search Console, plus trial and error, of course. Second is to optimize your website's content. Now, this goes to your on page SEO. So, you just want to make sure that you have a good website from top to bottom that doesn't just contain keywords and all that great SEO stuff, but it's usable. Okay, it's not just a keyword kind of like notebook where you're just stuffing a bunch of stuff because you did some research on it. It's actually something that people can use. Quality backlinks. If you're able to build quality backlinks, this further boosts your credibility in the eyes of whatever search engine is being used, right? So if Google's scraping the entire internet for your business, and they see that they can find your info not just on your website but somebody else's website, again, to them it's like, okay, they're not just saying it, but somebody else is saying it. So this has to be relevant for whatever this person looked up. And you can do this through blogs, podcasts, partnerships, just anything in your local environment that you can kind of help them, let's say, bring more business or bring more awareness to them while simultaneously doing that for yourself is going to do wonders for your business and your SEO. So now you know what is SEO, how does it work, why you need it, mistakes to avoid, and a few tips that you can use to either improve your SEO or get it started on the right track. Now, if you feel like as a business owner, you have the time and you have the ability and resources to kind of just implement everything that I said in this video to fix your SEO, do the extra research to learn everything that I didn't say to improve your business, then by all means, make that step today. SEO is crucial and you need to do what you have to do to bring in more business for your revenue the right way. But if you feel like you don't have the time, if you don't have the resources, and you just want to focus on service delivery, then click the link in the description and book a call.